Yo, what's up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video. So in today's video, we're going to be going over the top 10 biggest final damage gainers of the Maplestory next update. Now, one thing to note is that this is still in the test servers and numbers may be subject to change, so keep that in mind when watching this video, that not all of these numbers are final and they may change in the future. This top 10 list is not the absolute top 10 best classes in the game, but this is the top 10 biggest final damage gainers from this update alone. So keeping that in mind, let's get right into the video. So starting off with an absolutely surprising class is going to be Mercedes. Mercedes ended up gaining almost 33% final damage from this update. What they ended up getting is Strike Dual Shot, Unicorn Spike, Gust Dive, and for their fourth mastery, they got Final Attack and Elemental Knights. It's actually insane to believe that one of the strongest classes in the game got the most final damage from this update. It kind of makes me wonder what the balance team is actually doing, but regardless, those are the numbers, and Mercedes is going to be taking that top spot at number 1. Now, moving to number 2 is again an absolutely shocking class that's making it on this top 10 final damage gaining list, and that is going to be Nightwalker with almost 32% final damage gained. Nightwalker got Darkness Omen for its third mastery, and for its fourth mastery, it got Dominion and Abyssal Darkness. Again, one of the strongest classes in the game, and it somehow ended up getting some of the highest final damage. One thing to also note in this video is that this final damage gained is going to be based off of GMS, not off of KMS. So keeping that in mind, GMS does have attack speed 10. So some classes scale a bit better in GMS versus KMS. Following a Nightwalker at 31.1% final damage gained, we're going to be moving on to our third spot, and that is going to be yet another extremely strong class already, and that is going to be Nightlord. Nightlord gained about 30% final damage in GMS, and for its third mastery core, it got Showdown, Dark Flare, Darkness Hurricane, and for its fourth mastery, it ended up getting Sudden Raid. Again, these classes in the top 3 were already some of the strongest classes in the game, and it's absolutely insane to believe that these classes got some of the most final damage from this update. But if you're playing these classes, you're probably extremely happy, and if you're potentially thinking of maining either of these classes, you're also very happy. Moving on from number 3, we're going to be going on to number 4, and that is going to be yet another already strong class, and that is going to be Ilium, gaining 29% final damage in GMS. For its third mastery, it got Rio, Mishina, and Crystal, and for its fourth mastery, it got Longinus, Curse Mark, and Longinus Zone. Again, Ilium was already an extremely strong class in GMS, but a very low played class. This is already one of the strongest classes in the game and definitely has some of the fastest boss clears, but now after this update, this class is just insanely overpowered. Moving on from number 4, we're going to go into number 5, and that is going to be, surprise, surprise, another extremely strong class already, and it is going to be Demon Slayer, gaining 28.7% final damage in GMS. Absolutely insane. This class is already extremely strong in GMS, but now it is even better. This class got Demon Cry and Metamorphosis for its third mastery, and for its fourth mastery, it ended up getting Cerberus and Demonic Descent. It's actually insane to believe that these top 5 classes that gained the top 5 most amount of final damage in GMS were already some of the top 10 strongest classes in the game, and now they are just so overpowered, it is hard to even believe. Now, moving out of the top 5 and into the number 6 spot is going to be Angelic Buster. This is actually one of the first classes on this list that wasn't already extremely overpowered in GMS. This class ended up gaining 28.4% final damage in GMS, and for its third mastery, it got Supernova, and for its fourth mastery, it got Primal Roar. This is definitely a class that has shifted a lot over the last year, and this is definitely something that I want to see more of. More classes shifting into the top 10 spot instead of keeping the same top 5 or top 10 classes overpowered in the game. Angelic Buster has definitely gotten very strong over the last year with the remaster, and now with the final damage buffs in the next update, this class is definitely going to be very, very, very strong. Moving on to our number 7 spot, and this is a class that is very strong already, but has gotten even stronger over the last 5 years. This class has just received buff after buff after buff, and this is probably one of its biggest buffs that it has received yet, and that is going to be Cadena. Now, Cadena got a lot of skills boosted, so bear with me here. For its 3rd mastery, it got Scimitar, Scratching Claw, Throwing Wing Dagger, Summon Beating Needle, Chain Arts, and for its 4th mastery, it got Shooting Shotgun, Summon Slash Knife, Summon Releasing Bomb, Summon Striking Brick, Chain Arts Takedown, and Professional Agent. This class is so strong that it is now the strongest class in GMS based off of numbers alone. Like I said, these classes can all change, and this is all in the test server right now. But as things stand, Cadena being at the number 7 spot for final damage gained, gaining 27.26%, has made it the strongest class in GMS. Moving from number 7 to number 8, we have Marksman, gaining 26.5% final damage. This class got Freezer and Bolt Swift for its 3rd mastery, and for its 4th mastery, it got Final Attack and True Shot. This is definitely a class that has gotten a lot of buffs over the last year, and it makes sense that this class got as much final damage as it did in GMS. It's definitely not as strong in KMS because KMS doesn't have the attack speed that we do, but nonetheless, Marksman is now a very solid class in GMS. Moving on from number 8 into our number 9 spot is going to be Kain. Now, Kain gained 26.27% final damage, and Kain was already a very strong class in GMS. It was definitely a class that lacked a little bit of 3-minute burst, but had a very strong origin. But now, after these final damage buffs, this is a very solid class all around. For its 3rd mastery, it got Dragon Fang, Shaft Break, Phantom Blade, and Remain Incense. And for its 4th mastery, it got Death Blessing, Chasing Shot, and Sneaky Sniping. Kain is now definitely a very good class in GMS if it wasn't already, but now with these final damage buffs, it is definitely a very solid, well-rounded class. And moving into our final and last but not least spot is going to be Buck. Now, Buck gained 26.26% final damage. Its 3rd mastery was Serpent Stone, and 4th mastery was Hook Bomber. Buck has definitely been an overall solid class in GMS for the longest time now. It's had a very good time with solo bossing, but now after these final damage buffs, it is definitely going to be one of the better classes in GMS alone. So that is going to be the top 10 final damage gained classes in GMS. Just to recap the list, we have number 1 with Mercedes at 32.6%, number 2 Nightwalker 31.6%, number 3 Nightlord 29.9%, number 4 Ilium 29%, number 5 Demon Slayer 28.7%, number 6 AB 28.4%, number 7 Cadena 27.26%, number 8 Marksman 26.5%, number 9 Kain 26.27%, and number 10 is going to be Buck at 26.26%. Like I said in the beginning of the video, these are all test server numbers and they may change in the future. And depending on how these classes actually do perform in GMS, these numbers may also change again. These are just rough estimates of what these classes will gain in GMS. So we do have to wait in the future to find out the absolute accurate number. But with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today. Let me know what you guys think about these classes. Do you think that these classes should have gained as much final damage as they did? Or do you think that this is a bit of overkill for some of the best classes in the game to be gaining some of the most final damage overall? Regardless, it's definitely fun seeing all of the classes in the game get their new skills, and it's definitely going to be very fun to see how these classes actually do perform in GMS when it comes to our servers. But with that being said, guys, that is going to wrap up the video for today. And until next time, I'll see you in the next one. Take it easy. Peace.